If you look up here in the trees, you'll see red mulberries. Some of them are white, some are red, some are black. And that's just because they're ripening up. If you look over here, you'll see, here's what they look like. They start out white and start to turn red. They start to do this little intermediary thing where they're black and red. And then they turn nice and black. These things will stain clothes. As a matter of fact, one of the ways we know that it's mulberry season is the dogs come running in the house and we think they've been in a fight or been attacked by something because they're all bloody. But they're not really bloody. They've just been wallowing in the mulberries that fall down on our deck. I don't know if you can see this, but that's why a lot of people have cut down the mulberries that have grown naturally up here in northeast Georgia and got them off their property. If they're near the house or the driveway, they're really prone to staining. This deck's old and really I haven't taken care of it, but if it was a nice beautiful new deck, this color would be bothersome. This is, as they get crushed, it would create a god-awful mess. And the same thing happens in your driveway. Luckily they wash off cars typically, but your clothes, it will stain your clothes. These things, once they turn nice and black, are delicious. It's really hard to describe, but I kind of think it's a cross between a blackberry and a plum. Really, really good. Everything in nature loves them. I'm always saying everything in nature loves corn. Well, everything likes mulberries too. Your turkeys, your squirrels, your possums, your raccoons, any kind of animal that you might eat later will eat these, and they'll come to these trees. So it's a great thing to have just accidentally growing in your yard. This one was here when we built and we've left it. They typically get about 20 inches in diameter, but they can get up to 65 feet tall. What I've seen in this area is about 30 feet, maybe to 40 feet tall, but they're spindly. Take that away from it. No matter how tall they get, 20-inch diameter isn't that much. So they tend to grow in thick groupings with other trees like this, and they like to peek out on an edge. See, we've got some exposure here. It's the edge of the forest here, right up to my deck. And they like that sun, and they'll get spindly and compete with the other plants. They get tall, they reach for the sun. But this is a great plant to have on your homestead because it does attract other animals. Also, if you're a bird watcher, 60, 70 species of birds love these things. So you're going to see a lot of bird activity. It's a great friend to have in your yard, and I can't say enough about it. Just know, though, that these white berries are toxic. Even these intermediary ones that aren't quite ripe, they can cause stomach upset and some people even hallucinations. So only eat them when they're nice and black. They're good. And when they're laying out in the sun a little bit before they start to go off, it's got a kind of cooked jelly flavor. Ooh, so good. As you can see, looks like I've voted in the Middle East where they stick their finger down in the dye. Anywho, it's just another wild edible. Lucky enough to have it living here near me. Wouldn't cut it down for the world. Take care of your native berry producers and fruit producers. There aren't a lot left. We've eradicated most of them. So when you find something in the forest that produces for you, that can feed you, leave it alone. Don't cut it down.